Today on RC 101, we're going to be starting a new series called Make It FPV. In this series, we're going to be showing you how to convert RC vehicles into FPV vehicles so that you can actually control them as if you're in the driver's seat. Now, first off, we're going to start with this 15-channel RC Excavator from GearBest.com. Now, I want to say that this thing is really cool. I mean, come on, who doesn't want an RC Excavator? It's got a giant robot arm, and after this FPV modification, it'll actually be a relatively useful vehicle. Now, this is a very detailed model with lots of nicely sculpted pieces, and it really looks just like a full-size excavator. The sliding pistons and pneumatic hoses bend and move with the arm, and the detailed treads and cab are all very nicely constructed. It looks great as a display piece, and it's a lot of fun to play with. Now, on to the FPV modification. Now, if you do this exact modification, it could end up costing you about $350. But if you get lower cost FPV glasses, the cost goes down to about $120. Now, the RC Excavator itself sells for less than $50 when you buy it from GearBest.com at the link in the video's description. The FPV camera costs about $30. Low-cost FPV glasses can be picked up for about $40. And the camera and battery cables will run you about $10. Okay, let's make it FPV. That's right, today we're going to turn this 15-channel radio-controlled excavator into a first-person view vehicle so that you'll be able to jump up into the pilot seat and drive it around just like it's a full-size excavator, except, of course, without all the danger. To pull this off, of course, you're going to need one of these excavators. You can pick this up by following the link in the video's description. Awesome little vehicle here. You're also going to need a video camera and video transmitter. This is the DVR-03 from eSheen. It's got a micro SD slot right here for recording the video. Just got him strapped up on top of this little battery right here, and we're going to need to get him up inside the cab. So to get up inside this cab, of course, first you're going to want to take your 7.4 volt NiCad battery out there. Going to want to remove this back piece. There's a couple of screws on the bottom to easily get that out. See the weights in the back there to counterbalance this heavy metal boom, so it's a lot more like a full-size cat than you might think. There's all our circuitry and some of our motors there. Everything on this arm is actually controlled by motors. None of these pneumatic cylinders actually function. They're just for decoration. They just slide in and out, but they're pretty cool. But to get up inside this cab, once you've pulled this back piece off, you've also got to pull two screws out from right there. Then you can actually remove the cab itself, and I have already removed all the glass from the inside of this, because it just had that slit up inside there. And the windows look really nice, but I want to be able to really quickly, easily access this camera and plug it in and unplug it and remove the micro SD card. So we've got him strapped to the top of this battery here with some little suspenders made from a little piece of wire there, and he's got some cute little arms there, and he can just basically sit right up in there like so. And then, of course, we're just gonna drop our cab back up on top of him there. We're going to run these wires up through the window here, and then we're going to screw everything back together, and we'll be ready to drive FPV. And there you go. Easy peasy. That's how you do it. Now I've got a little FPV driver sitting up in here broadcasting whatever it is he sees, and you know what? It works pretty nice. Does a pretty good job there. Okay, so now that we've converted this digger into an FPV vehicle, let's see how it performs out in the real world. Alright, we're outside at a beautiful park, and it looks like my daughter is stuck in the rocks over there, so let's see if I can use my VR glasses and dig her out. Let's go ahead and turn on our digger there. Let's plug in our pilot camera here. This one will give us a view from the cab. And of course, I've got my boom camera right here on the back so I can see
everything. And let's turn on our video receiver here. And let's go ahead and start recording this video from the back. And the video in the cab is recording itself to a micro SD card, and you can see that one right there. And I've got a little button here that I can press, and I can switch between my different video signals there. So I can go from the cab to the back and then go back to the cab. So let's go ahead and see if I can dig my lovely daughter out of the rocks here. I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you. I got a rock.
Yeah, we got toes.
We gotta get back up.
Yeah, keep pushing the buttons. Maybe that'll help.
It's not as easy as it looks. Oh, that looks like a good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Okay, I was impressed. This is a great FPV vehicle. It was like I was actually sitting in the cab of the digger. I had no trouble controlling the arm, and the back camera really helped me see what was directly around the digger at all times. Now, of course, I couldn't see directly behind the digger, but I fixed that issue by adding a simple rear view mirror.
So this is my custom boom cam so that I can see the entire vehicle. Of course, I have my cab camera up inside there, and I have mounted a little rear view mirror right here so that when I'm looking through my cab camera, I can actually see objects back behind the vehicle. So it works like a real rear view mirror. Pretty nice.
Now this is a fun FPV experience. It's sort of like a video game, but it's in real life. The digger and the camera get great range, so I can sit in one room and drive the digger in another. So if I ever need to get into a tight crawl space or run some cable or dig up some buried treasure, I'll have a helper. You know, I can actually picture a few situations when this little vehicle would come in handy. It's kind of like a low-cost bomb disposal robot, you know? Another thing that this digger can do that you might not expect is climb. Now, I was inspired by Adam Savage loading a backhoe on a truck without a crane in Mythbusters, so I decided to give the technique a try. And it actually worked on this little vehicle. I was able to climb 4-inch tall, 9-inch wide stairs. It was actually kind of fun. It does take some concentration, and you have to move the arm and the treads at the same time, but the technique works great for climbing over small obstacles and getting upstairs. There are lights and sounds that you can turn on and off with the transmitter, but they are a little bit loud and a little annoying. You know, the vehicle makes enough noise as it is, so I might end up just removing the speaker and powering the FPV camera with the speaker's wires. That way the camera could actually be turned on and off with the transmitter, and it would really help save power. Now let's take a quick look at this transmitter. There's a demo button that'll make the digger perform all the actions that it's capable of, and there's also a programming feature.
So this excavator says it's a 15-channel excavator. Actually, that means it has 15 buttons that'll do 15 different things. It's more like an 8-channel vehicle. You've got one channel here for that tread. Number 2 is here for that tread. Number 3 is there for the cab to rotate. Number 4 is the bucket. Number 5 is the elbow. Number 6 is the boom. Number 7 is turn the lights and sound on and off. And number 8 is going to be your programming mode. And let's take a quick look at the programming mode. Basically what you do is you hold this button down for a few seconds, and then it will record whatever stick movements you put in. And then when you press the button again, it's going to play back that series of stick movements. Now while it's recording those stick movements, the excavator won't actually move. So you can't really see what your programming's doing, so it's a little limited. But let's test it out here real quick. We're going to hold down the programming button. Alright, so we're going to lower the boom, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to go left, right with the cab, and then we're going to raise the boom, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to raise the elbow just a little bit, then we're going to try and wave. Alright, there's the program. We'll press finish, and he'll stand himself up, do a little wiggle, raise back up, wave the boom arm. So there you go. Real quick, real simple, real easy program. You know, kind of limited. It has no endpoints or anything like that on it. But if you want it to do a quick repetitive motion, that's a really good button there.
So that's the programming feature and all the other features of this little digger. You can pick one of these up from gearbest.com by following the link in the video's description. It's a fun FPV vehicle, and we had a lot of fun testing it out for you guys today. Thanks for watching RC 101 with the Taoist Flyer. Don't forget, we need you guys to click on that support button on our channel page to help us keep producing these videos for you. Without your support, we wouldn't be here. We rely on your help, so please click on our channel page and click support if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.